Hey everyone. Um, Today we're going to build a Piranha CMS website with a custom login. Now, some of you have been asking how to do this in my other video about Piranha CMS. So today we are going to do that. Let's dive in, right? So I'm in PowerShell right now, and I'm in a demo folder. So what I can do is I'm going to start by scaffolding out a new Piranha CMS project. I forgot what exactly the command is, so I'm gonna list all of my project templates in my machine. So as you can see, I have a bunch of them here. What we want is this ASP.NET Razor page web with the Piranha CMS. So it's a piranha.razor. So command is .NET new piranha.razor. That's it. Piranha.razor. Yeah. And we're in demo folder. I want it to be created in a I don't know, custom. No, demo one. Okay. All right. Now it's scaffolded out a new folder in demo one. Just enter demos. Sorry. Enter demo one, and let's open it in Visual Studio. So it should contain now a CS proj in here. There it is. I'm gonna open it with Visual Studio 2019, and we're gonna run it for the first time. Okay. So I'm gonna hit F5. Now it's running it. And accept the risk and continue because it's in HTTPS locally. Now this is, oops, I'm sorry. Zoom it in. This is Piranha CMS. The first time you run it. So we have two options. We can seed some data, which it will generate some demo data for us, or we can go directly to the manager. For now, I'm gonna seed some data so we can have a nice looking demo website. So here it is. It's very nice. It's very clean. If we go to slash manager page, so this is how Piranha CMS works. It has its own back office. It has its own like management pages, and you go and you navigate to it via slash manager URL. This is what we want to replace with our custom login screen for whatever reason you might have. The default username and password is admin and then password. So if you are new to Piranha CMS, I'm just gonna enter the management pages, and this is what you're gonna see in your screen. So Piranha CMS allows you to create and manage like multiple websites on one endpoint, and within each site you can also add, or well, you can also manage some of the content basically, because it's a CMS, right? The stock pages or content you can add is a page or active, sorry, archive rather. And then I'm gonna let you play around with it. But for now, now that you've seen like what Piranha CMS is in its management pages and what we are trying to accomplish, I'm just gonna log out and go back to the code. Okay, so the first thing we need to do is we need to configure the startup file in here. I'm just gonna zoom in. I'm sorry, I forgot to zoom in earlier. And let's scroll down to this one. In configure services, we can go ahead and comment out the use identity with seed portion because we don't need that anymore. And the next thing we need to add is we need to tell ASP.NET that I already have a part of the code saved here, so you don't have to watch me type them in. Where is it? Where is it? There it is. We need to tell ASP.NET that we want a cookie authentication. Now let's just I'm just gonna add some using statements so to make these squigglies go away. So what this does is basically tells ASP.NET Core to add a cookie authentication, and I want you to use this login screen. This does not exist yet. We'll create it right now. So if I go ahead and right click on pages and say add a razor page, I'm gonna name it login. Didn't specify the extension name because it will add the CSHTML extension for us along with the back end or the code behind file. So this is the markup, the login.cshtml file. I'm gonna go ahead and paste my ready-made HTML for this as well. So this is it. So what it does is it has its form that posts to itself, method post, and we have a username and username label, username text input field, and password label and password input field. Now we're gonna add username and password in the code behind file. So this is a string, and this is username, and another string called password. And don't forget, we need to bind these properties to the markup page as well. All right, so every time, oh yeah, yes. So now we bound this the model to the markup. When we run this, right? At this point, when we run it, now remember in startup we already told ASP.NET to use this login screen whenever we hit like a 401, right? So when I say /manager in our website, it's going to use now our custom login page. Now we're almost there, except that when I type in a username password, it's not gonna work whatsoever because we didn't put in any code yet. So then, so the next thing we need to do is we need to in our login page, whenever the user clicks on login, it posts the it sends a post request to itself, like I mentioned earlier. So we're going to create it's going to be async with a task I action result and unpost async, right? For now, let's return a page. So whenever you click, when the user clicks on login, it's going to post to this method. Okay, so the next thing we need to do is let's go to PiranhaCMS URL and look at authentication. Adding permissions. Is it authentication or which one is it? Hold on. It's authentication. I'm looking for the I think this is it. Yeah, we need to implement. Here we go. Extensions authentication, right? So earlier we were in architecture and authentication. What I wanted to show you was under extensions and authentication, because it says that the manager interface uses iSecurity to authenticate users when logging in. Now we need to implement this in our application as well. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna add a new file and name it security service. Yeah, that sounds good. Security service, and this one implements iSecurity like the one in the website. Right? I'm gonna implement all of its methods. So for the sign in, I'm gonna try to keep it simple. I already have pre-made stuff for that. Give me a second. It's in here. So the sign in looks like this one. So for the purpose of this demo, hold on, but I'm just gonna add the new using state and the missing using statement. So to make these wiggly go away, sign in async. There we go. So for the purpose of this demo, to make it very simple, we just accept the username for demo and password is demo. If not, it's gonna reject the authentication, the sign in. So in the real world, this is where you will get those users from the database or somewhere else, like a service or something. But here we add claims, and this is how you would normally do a cookie-based authentication. Is you would create a names and a claims. In this case, we have just one claim that this user has this type of username, and we're gonna create claims identity and claims principal, and then assign it to the current context, and return true. Otherwise, we tell the system that it's not authenticated, so it's false. And for the sign out, it's pretty much the same thing. And I'm just gonna paste it here. Pretty much the same thing, except now it's a wait. We have to make this async. Here we go. So basically it says sign out. Right? Now, the next thing we need to do is we need to inject this service into our login page. And let's go to login.cshtml.cs and create a constructor and say iSecurity and add the missing using statements and add a field for that. And now we have a field for that. We can now use it later on in our post method. And let's go ahead and do that. Security.sign-in. And we need to pass our HTTP context. HTTP context. And our username, which is the username field and the password field above in here. This one. And then we need to await it and get the result. Right. So this could be true or false. Or let's drop the result altogether and enclose it in a if condition. So if it's signed in, then return, let's return this, no. Let's return redirect, local redirect to somewhere else. And we're going to get this from a string called return URL, which ASP.NET uses to be able to whenever it receives a 401 error message, which is unauthorized, it redirects it to the challenge page and then passing it a return URL as string. In this case, let's make it optional, and then we're going to let's see, how does it handle let me do a quick search. How do some applications handle that? No, it just says this. Yeah, return URL. No. and it does this one. So it basically says if it's null, then redirect to the home page, the root page rather. And now we just pass it in here and we're done. All right, so let's run it. Oh yeah, we forgot. I forgot to do one thing. I forgot to hook it up in our IOC container. As you can see, I'm able to resolve service type for iSecurity. Now in our startup, we need to do this, add scope for the iSecurity, iSecurity, and then map it with security service. And let's add some using statements as well. That's it. Let's run it again. And I'm going to show you that it's going to fail because of one thing we didn't add yet. And I just want to show this to you because I want to emphasize that, hold on, access denied F manager. Yeah, that's right. It's access denied because if we go to the, we take a look at the code again, in the security services, so you probably didn't see that, but it says access denied. I'm going to zoom in right here. Zoom, access denied. We don't have a proper access denied page, but yeah, it's denying our access. The reason is in if you take a look at the security service page, right, we are adding claims just for the username. We're saying that this logged in user has this username, but what's really missing is PiranhaCMS roles. Now if we go to authorization, authentication, oh, authorization rather, sorry, where is that? Authentication and authorization. Sorry about that. Adding permissions. Here we go. So PiranhaCMS requires you to add these claims. Now for this demo, just to show you it's gonna work, I am going to add just 2 claims so that we can go through, get into the PiranhaCMS. Now how you do it is this way. You need to add this specific claim and this value. I'm not sure if this value is even required, but let's name it like this and see if it will work. So basically you need to add these claims, these PiranhaCMS claims. Now if we type in /manager and type demo, oops, sorry, demo, and enter. Now it's still access denied. Okay, now I know, and I'm also learning it right now, that we need this. We need this to have the same claim name with the claim value. And if I type manager and demo, now we're in the PiranhaCMS management pages. Now, as you can see, we only specified like 2 claims, Piranha admin and Piranha aliases. That's the reason why you only see Piranha aliases in here. If you wanted to have like the full-blown roles, you need to add all of these roles in here if you are going to implement like a super admin Piranha role. Fortunately, the library makes this easy for us in that you have they offer a list of all the roles in array format, specifically in where is it? Permission. For example, is there Piranha that manager has permission that all. You can see there. So all you need, what you can do is you can loop through this all list and add the claims for that. So yeah, so that's it. Um, so the hopefully you hopefully you learned something new today. So please like this video and subscribe, or put a comment down below and let me know what you think. So thank you.